Today on the show, we've got our first taste of the Corvette, the C8 Corvette, and I'm kind of excited to do a quick walk around of this thing. This is actually my first time getting to actually sit in the C8 besides just at a car show, and I'm kind of curious about it. Hope you are too, and let's quickly do this because we're at OLLOW Ford in Illinois, and you might be able to buy this thing. So let's check this out. All right, that classic Stingray look on this thing. This is your base, your more lower trim that you could get. You know, at the time they were what, $69,000 what they were talking about, which if you look at some of what Mustang and some of the other brands are doing, you add $10,000 more, you're getting a hell of a lot more car on this thing. But you got the classic. I love the aggressive lines of this thing. Look at these lights. They really harken back to the C7 where it started getting really aggressive, but they kind of gave it its own look. Of course, that classic, you know, you got to have that classic front end to the Corvette. And just when they brought this thing out, people went nuts because, well, it's a rear engine car, which is big for Corvette because they've always been front engine vehicles. And new problems maybe, or better benefit to the track, because that's where this car belongs. As we walk around this thing, the color, amazing color on this, but the wheels, like, once again, this is a base, more entry-level Vet, and it's still, those wheels are just aggressive. I just can't say too much about it. I love the aggressiveness. I love the fact how, you know, because it's a rear engine, you need all that cooling to get into the back, and I like how they've just vented everything in there. Of course, you can kind of see through there. And I know some people they've started putting extra protection there because rocks and stuff fly into there and was kind of chipping stuff away. But we walk around the back of this thing. This one does not have the spoiler, which some people like, some people don't. You know, you've got this little bit of lip to it, but nothing aggressive, which probably on the highway, if you wanted to use this as like a trip vehicle, probably a lot better for you. You're not going to have to deal with all the, you know, you're going to get better aero, I would think. Now, I'm not an expert on that, but as we walk back around, you're going to get the quad exhaust on this thing. And yeah, quad exhaust on this thing. So let's take a listen. All right, Sydney, you're in a Corvette, a new Corvette. And does this car fit you? Could you drive this to school?
I mean...
All right, so there's a little gas pedal down there. See the little skinny pedal?
This one.
Yep, you give it just a little vroom, vroom. All right, let's hear some revs. All right, go for it. There you go. Now, when the Vet came out, this was the big deal. Of course, it's dirty because they just had some rain pop through here, and they were nice enough to let me go through this vehicle at OLLOW Ford. But big V8 in this thing, and it's, you know, I'm glad now they do the E-Ray and all that stuff now, so you can get a hybrid version, which is you know, you want the fastest version, or you want, you know, the little extra horsepower, that might be the way to go. Of course, we do know ZR1 is out now too, but that's a lot of money. But as we look into the interior of this car, look at these seats. This is just exactly what you would expect. Now, would I want to go across country in this car? I don't know about that. But for cruising around town, you want to get on the old raceway, those seats are perfect for that. Now, let's talk about value of this car. We all remember the pandemic. These things were just, boom, you couldn't buy them for $69,000 because, well, the pandemic, you couldn't get cars. And this thing happened to pop right at the perfect time for dealers to kind of jack them things up. And well, now the prices are slowly starting to creep up. This is a 2021, we're in 2024, and the prices have started to creep up, but you can find them used for a deal now. There was a time where this car would have brought over MSRP with 20, 30,000 miles on it. And now they're coming down and they're getting to be more affordable. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, won't break your bank like a new one might do, these used ones might be the way to go. All right, getting into the Vet. Of course, there's a little handle down there. It's a little tricky to find, but it is a tight fit. And I want to shut this door and I want to turn this thing on because it's just a sound of beauty right here. Oh, listen to that. That's really epic, and that thing sounds great. Now let's give it a little rev. Yeah, hear that? That's exactly what you're buying a Vet about. Now, this car is definitely, you want to go fast, do all the corners and stuff, but just the fun of a V8 anymore is when you fire it up and you hear that, oh my God, it's just mind-blowing. Now, when Chevrolet did the interior of this thing, they did this kind of cockpit system, which I really liked at the time, and now getting to sit in it, I can see why, man. Everything is just aimed for the driver. The passenger, you got your glove box. That's all you need over there, and maybe your window. But this car it's a driver's car, and as it should be. And of course, you know, you got your basic, all your windows and stuff. You do have the push to open the door, which it's fancy. I don't know that I would like that exactly. But all your screens, everything's perfect about this car. And there are some modes, as you can see down there. We got in touring mode. Of course, it's going to shift things around. We'll go again. Oh, there's weather mode. We don't care about that. We're not going to drive this car in weather. There's sport mode. And of course, it gets more aggressive, as you can see here. And in sport mode, you can kind of get a feel for your settings over here. And track mode. Now, track mode is going to be your most aggressive mode. And as you can see, we don't really care about the miles per hour because we care about the revving or in the RPMs. So let's give it again. Yes, 100%. And as we kind of walk around this thing, all the functions over here, all your AC vents and all that are all over here. You would get used to it real quick. It might take you a minute, but overall, this car is just fantastic. In the comments below, yes, this is a quick walkthrough of this car. I could do a lot more details on it. If I had a press loan of one of these, you know I would give you a lot of details about it, and you know we'd probably go do some 0 to 60 times in it. But used now, these things are 3 and 4 years old. The prices are coming down, and they're more affordable, and I'm trying to get this one. I really am. But in the comments below, should we buy a Vette? Can I piss Kelly off any more than I already have? Because, well, I got a $100,000 purchase over there. So, comments below, let me know what you think about this thing. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or this bad mother effing Vette, I gotta drive. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all. Woohoo!